Listen to me now, little one. This message has found you not by accident, but by love's perfect timing. Even if the world around you tries to grab your attention or your mind keeps replaying worries, set them down for just a moment. Give me your heart. You may be tempted to drift or to think about your problems. Resist that pull. What I have to say matters more than any anxious thought that whispers for your attention. This is not the voice of passing comfort. It is your Creator reaching to embrace you in this very moment. If you felt unseen or forgotten, know that my gaze is fixed on you here and now. How do you feel, beloved? Sift through your emotions. Bring out the heaviness, the restlessness, the quiet sorrows tucked beneath your daily mask. Let me draw near and take from you what weighs your spirit down. Exchange your pain, even the thoughts that seem permanently settled in your mind, for the calm and peace I offer. I'm closer than your next breath, drawing you into a stillness you can lean against. There's no storm so great that it can uproot you from my presence. No sorrow too dark for my light. Feel my arms around you, steady and enduring, stretching out over every trouble you face. I do not break my promises. My words are not poured out carelessly. You are precious to me. I come to lift you when your burden grows too heavy, to bring a new dawn to your soul each morning. Every time you rise and seek me, even if your faith feels small, my heart rejoices. I delight just to hear your voice, and every desire you bring to me out of love will find its answer, though not always as you imagine. When you open your heart, I answer not because you have earned it, but because you are mine. You may know this already deep down, the truth that I love you. Yet I want more for you than knowledge. I long for you to feel this love deep within, so that joy may return to your heart. You have never been abandoned, not for a single moment. Even when your memory fades and you can barely recall blessings from yesterday, I am faithful. Your name is etched on my hands. You are held safe and treasured beyond understanding. Every path you take is guided more securely than you realize. Trust me with every fiber of your being, even when the world feels uncertain or the ground beneath your feet seems to shift. My arms are always open and waiting to carry you. Do not let trivial distractions or the noise of the world steal your focus away. When life becomes confusing, when you feel lost in the middle of mounting challenges, remember you are not alone. The door is always open. Come walk with me. Come find the way out. When life feels overwhelming, even if chaos presses in from all sides, I remain unwavering, ready to guide you to safe ground. Let go of anxiety's hold. Do not allow it to enslave your mind or let fear settle in because of rumors and shadows. If you have ever truly trusted in me, you know I will not disappoint you. My words are a foundation for your hope. Gather what I've spoken over your life and store those truths within your soul. Let them be a shelter in every season. Revisit all I have done for you before. Every rescue from unseen danger, every moment where death or defeat seemed certain, and yet you endured. In the darkest hour when all appeared lost, I moved. You were not abandoned to the storm. Miracles and wonders have not ended. I still have much I want to accomplish for you. Place your trust in me again. Surrender your heart, Aresh, without reserve. Allow my help to flow unhindered in your life. I long to shield you by day and by night, keeping careful watch as a parent guards a beloved child. Refuse to give disappointment or hopelessness any foothold in your spirit. My love is the shield you need. Accept the peace I offer and let it carry you into true happiness. I see you when your eyes brim with tears in the privacy of night. I listen as you pray for the safety of those you cherish, kneeling in quiet spaces, pleading for their good. You often forget yourself in those moments of intercession, your requests flowing out for others with little left over for your own needs. This generosity of heart delights me. Even when you ask for nothing but express only gratitude, you honor me with your worship and reverence. In return, blessings greater than you can imagine await you, not for what you have done, but because you have chosen to turn toward me in faith and humility. Keep your confidence rooted. Let your faith hold steady, even when obstacles surge, threatening to block your way. Your future is secure in my care. Every longing that finds its source in me will come to pass in its perfect time. for nothing can rob you of what I intend to grant. Meet roadblocks, not with despair, but with steadfast surrender. Seek me in the quiet moments at dawn. Greet the day with lips that pour out praise instead of complaint, with gratitude overflowing for the simplest gifts. When negativity or harsh words crowd your mind, refuse to let them eclipse the brightness I cast over your path. There are opportunities set before you that your eyes are just beginning to perceive. Gifts of wisdom, depth, and understanding. If yesterday was filled with disappointment or pain, do not let it shroud the promise of today. Notice how far you've come and how much I have shaped your story thus far. There is a purpose hidden even within suffering, pressing you closer to strength and resilience you never thought possible. If you are weary, if your spirit feels fragile, come rest in my word. If you find yourself unable to move forward, lift your eyes to the heavens. Know that I am both above and within, inhabiting the very chambers of your heart. My blessing is not distant or withheld. It is present, it is now. The mountain before you will be moved. Your fears will fall and hope will rise again in your soul. Do not turn away now. There is more I want to show you. Stay close, for you are precious to me, beloved. In the silence that so often fills your heart, I am not absent. My presence is nearer than you realize, moving quietly within each sigh and hope. There are moments when worry tries to claim your thoughts first thing in the morning, pulling your attention to tomorrow's burdens or yesterday's regrets. Yet even before you open your eyes, I have surrounded you with quiet mercies that never run dry. Can you sense that gentle peace settling around you? Soothing aches you barely name. That's me ushering in a new day tailored with my unwavering care. Each breath you draw is a whispered reminder that you do not journey alone. Recall those mornings when sunlight slipped gently across your face and you felt, if only for a second, the weight begin to lift. That is my invitation. Step into the day carrying not the anxieties you pick up, but the steady assurance placed in you by my hand. I ask you not for perfection, but for open hands and a willing spirit. Whenever your heart begins to race with uncertainty, return to that anchor. Let my love be the air that fills your lungs, displacing what was heavy. Today, pause for a single moment. Even now, notice the rhythm of your breathing. Allow gratitude to well up, even if only as a quiet thank you for life itself. I see each effort you make to choose trust over fear, and I celebrate every turning of your heart toward me. You may wonder if such small acts matter when the world clamors for louder gestures, when you feel unnoticed amid noise. But I delight in these simple offerings, treasured as the seeds of deeper peace. I watch as you try to shoulder the concerns for those you love. In the stillness, you sometimes hear their names in your spirit, the echo of a prayer not yet spoken aloud. My eyes rest on each member of your family, drawing them close beneath wings of protection. Where you cannot reach, my hands stretch further. What you are powerless to change, I am already shaping with wisdom and patience. Lay your sighs and longing with me. The desire for their safety, their joy, for reconciliation where distance has grown. I hold all of you with compassion that never diminishes. Let yourself remember, little one, that surrender is not a sign of giving up, but the gateway to my strength. Bring me your hesitations, your silent questions. What if I fall short? What if the answers never come? Rest assured I am unfazed by any doubt you carry. I meet you with tenderness, not accusation. True courage in my kingdom is simply letting me carry what is too much for your hands. Lean into the warmth of my embrace, trusting that I do not shame you for being weary. When uncertainty swirls around you, trying to cloud your vision, let my word be a lamp for your next step. I guide not with flashes of grand certainty, but with the quiet persistence of sunrise. Picture yourself standing at the edge of a path warmed by new light. Every obstacle is seen, every fear known. But the journey ahead opens one step at a time. Walk with me. Trust that I will not let you stumble. My promises are formed not in distant thunder, but in the soft renewing of your heart. You may fear that you'll miss the moments crafted for you. That purpose or belonging will slip by unnoticed while you wrestle with doubt. But I hold your story within my keeping, every hidden longing, Every question about your identity or worth finds its answer in my unwavering acceptance. The world may confer its expectations, but I call you by a different name. The one I have spoken since before you drew breath. I have fashioned you for this time, this place, to reflect my grace in ways only you can. In times of waiting, when answers and comfort seem slow to arrive, resist the urge to measure my faithfulness by what you see in the moment. Grain by grain, like the quiet growth of seeds beneath the earth, I am working in your life. My timings are built on love, not delay. Hold hope not as something fragile, but as an anchor that finds its when silence lingers or doors appear closed. I am orchestrating the opening of new ways, preparing you to receive abundantly, sometimes in ways you never expected. Now, dear one, set aside the hurry that tries to consume you. Watch how a simple breath offered slowly and with intention can usher in awareness of my nearness. When you feel yourself striving to prove your worth or secure your future by force, remember my love cannot be earned or lost, only received. Rest in this. Your existence brings me pleasure, not for what you accomplish, but simply because you are mine. Each day, I'm inviting you to awareness, to surrender, to peace that outlasts all circumstance. The beginning of this day is holy ground, and I am here. I know how you wonder if your small acts and daily choices truly reach my heart. If the unseen efforts matter when nothing seems to shift, let me assure you, every quiet offering, every unseen kindness, every silent yes unfolds before me like the dawning sun. I see what you surrender when no one else is looking. I notice the flicker of trust that arises even on difficult mornings. The way you turn your face toward hope despite the weight of yesterday's shadows. Nothing is lost. The ground you water with faith, even if your hands feel tired, will yield more fruit than you can imagine in this moment of waiting. When doubt circles you and whispers that your journey is unnoticed or in vain, let the gentle warmth of my presence steady you. I'm closer than your own breath, filling the room with comfort, even when your heart wrestles with fear. You are not left to measure your worth by what others applaud or what you accomplish in a single day. I'm the one who shapes your destiny, who speaks value over you before any title or achievement could take hold. While others may overlook or forget, I hold your name tenderly, never hurried, never lost in the crowd. I want you to know the security that cannot be unraveled by changing seasons or shifting approval. Here in this moment, let my voice remind you that you belong, that your story holds weight, and that my hand is steady beneath each step. There are days when anxiety tries to gain ground, pressing at your chest as you look at the unfinished tasks and unmet hopes. Remember what it is to pause in the quiet, a gentle breath, a slow exhale, and let gratitude find you in the ordinary, even when things feel uncertain. The light streaming through your window, a familiar laugh, the comfort of knowing that you are seen. These are seeds of assurance. A heart that practices gratitude, especially in the unseen and uncelebrated moments, softens and opens to new possibilities. I understand how easily your mind returns to those unresolved questions. What if tomorrow brings more disappointment? What if your prayers seem to drift unanswered, leaving you exposed to fear? Listen carefully, for my promises do not tremble with the uncertainties that shake the world. My faithfulness is not a distant hope. It is the steady foundation beneath your feet. Right now, even when you feel shaken or afraid to trust, reach out to me with your uncertainty. I do not turn away from your questions, nor am I disappointed by your struggle. Your honesty opens space for me to meet you fully. Let the sound of your heartbeat remind you you are living in a miracle carried by mercy through every high and low. Practice looking up for guidance, catching glimpses of provision you once only dreamed of. Even in silence, I'm speaking. Even in confusion, I am working within and around you, cultivating peace, growing strength, preparing answers more beautiful than what your mind can rehearse. The waiting is not wasted. In patience, your roots find depth. Your soul finds quiet courage. Do not despise the days that seem small or the efforts that feel insignificant. What you place in my hands, I multiply beyond sight. I see you as you wake in the morning, stretching into hope, even when sleep has left you restless. I draw near as you gather your family or rise alone to face the day's demands, longing for a gentle word or a sign that I am close. My nearness is not earned by effort. It is my promise, my delight to dwell with you in every circumstance. When night falls and your prayers turn to aching sighs, I am the presence that settles over you like quiet rain, comforting you, reminding you that I am your shelter. Let your heart rest from striving to have all the answers. You are invited to lean on me, to let my wisdom uphold you when understanding escapes you. Each moment you surrender your fears, each time you trust that I am working, even when nothing shifts immediately, you draw closer to my heart. I value your willingness to trust over your ability to perform. I delight in your brave honesty amid unknowns, for it is here that I can show myself strong on your behalf. Take a moment now, right where you are. Notice the softness of light, the hush of my presence moving around you. This moment matters. You are not simply existing or marking time. You are deeply loved, held in an embrace that does not let go when storms gather or when strength runs low. I'm not waiting for you to become someone else before I love you completely. Even now in your uncertainty, you are precious to me, and your next breath is carried securely in my care. You stand at the threshold of something you can't explain, sensing both promise and uncertainty mingling in the air as if every breath carries the charge of destiny unfolding. I invite you into deeper waters, drawing you away from the shorelines of what has always felt safe. I know how many times you have questioned if I would really lead you beyond this place of waiting, wondering if I would let you stay stranded, half-healed and half-awake. But the stirring you feel now is my gentle prompting, the pulse of my presence reminding you that complacency is not your portion. Do not mistake this pause for abandonment. Hear me, this is sacred preparation, not neglect. You are not forgotten, even as fear whispers its old warnings. What if you fall? What if you're not enough? I rise beside you, steady at unwavering whispering possibility where anxiety once claimed territory. Feel my nearness brushing close against your uncertainty, a warmth settling in your chest that asks you to notice, to pause, to let yourself believe that something beautiful wants to grow where you once only braced for disappointment. Right now, I see you tightening your grip on the areas that have always felt too vulnerable to release. Old wounds, past disappointments, fears dressed up as wisdom. My beloved, breathe and unclench your fists. You were not designed to carry all that weight alone. That strength you've relied upon, that fierce independence, commendable yes, but insufficient for the kind of transformation I'm calling forth. Place your hand upon your heart for a moment, right where the ache flares up in tender places, and inhale deeply. Can you feel the tenderness of my gaze finding you there? You are seen fully, flaws and all, yet fiercely cherished. Say aloud, if only in a whisper, I'm not alone, I am held. You'll sense a subtle release, pressure giving way to peace, as you trust my presence to do what striving never could. This invitation is not just into healing, but into unashamed closeness. The truth is, I desire permission to enter not only your triumphs, but also the rooms of your soul you have kept closed to everyone, even yourself. Open wide, little one, and let the light in. Walls you built to keep out disappointment also keep out renewal. I do not force down closed doors. I wait for your yes. Even now, something inside you hesitates, arguing that surrender is risky, that too much has been lost already to open your heart again. I honor your caution, yet I tell you, every door you open to me becomes an entry point for resurrection life. Watch how shame and self-protection shrivel in the heat of my affection if you let me draw close. You worry that the pain you carry is somehow a barrier between us. But what you call a flaw, I see as raw material for beauty beyond compare. Nothing disqualifies you from my embrace. In fact, your weakness attracts my mercy. The wounds that felt like evidence of rejection are becoming entryways for radical grace. Yield even your brokenness. Watch me transform it into strength. Thousands have brought shattered pieces to me before you, convinced they had nothing left to offer. And each time I responded not with judgment, but with tenderness and restoration. You are joining a movement of healed hearts, testaments to the reality that no past is too tattered for redemption. You often ask, how do I know it's really you speaking and not wishful thinking or echo chambers of my own longing? I answer you with this. When peace settles where there was chaos, when hope flickers up from under grief without explanation, when you sense a holy presence quieting your inner storm, that is me. You'll know it's me because today, in a simple moment, a mundane errand or the lull of evening, peace will brush over you like a soft hand, inexplicable but real. Pause then and remember he told me this would come. Let that certainty anchor you even when doubt comes circling. Stop. Hear this with your soul, not just your mind. The time for hiding in shadowed corners is ending. You are not who you once were. The old accusations no longer have jurisdiction over your identity. Where the enemy named you broken, unworthy, forgotten, I name you chosen, cherished, sent. My words are reconstructing every label that shame ever tried to stamp onto your heart. Those scripts, I am too much. I will never measure up. I'm destined for disappointment. Are canneled here and now. Repeat after me. I am chosen. I am seen. I am loved. Let these declarations stake claim over ground previously lost, bracing for the letdown if things don't shift instantly. I tell you, growth rarely feels like glory at first. What's sprouting below the surface, hidden from impatient eyes, is a miracle in process. Even roots must break the hardness of the earth before bursting into daylight. Every day you choose surrender. Every moment you refuse to partner with despair. Another layer of your heart is made ready for new beginnings. There is strength being built in the unseen, and soon the transformation will show not just in your spirit, but in the world around you. Now I ask you, beloved child, to step out just a little further. Risk trust one more time. Part of you still wishes for a guarantee, a promise that you won't be hurt again or left waiting. You think, what if I give my heart and it's met with silence? Here is truth. My silence is never absence. At times, I let the world go quiet so you can recognize my voice without distraction. The gift of holy silence clears away all noise that would keep you numb. You are learning to hear me, not only in the dramatic, but in the ordinary. The way your breath slows, the comfort that meets you in lonely places, the courage to love again, even after betrayal. I am with you in all of it, persistent and patient. Feel the world slow down in this moment. That tingling along your skin, that unexpected ache of longing. That's me awakening what hope tried to bury. Place your focus on the sensations within your body. Heartbeat steadying, breath smoothing, anxiety losing its grip. Not as a trick, but as proof that you are present, that I am near. I'm not an abstraction. I am the pulse just beneath your awareness. The presence that fills every gap of longing. I know you are waiting for visible breakthrough, yearning for answers that shout instead of whisper. But some miracles grow best in silence and surrender. Trust my timing, which is never late, never hurried. This delay is not denial, but the gentlest way to prepare you for the magnitude of what's coming. Tomorrow morning, you will wake with a clarity that surprises you. A sense that even if circumstances haven't shifted, hope is alive and kicking within. When it happens, remember I am fulfilling promises in ways you did not expect. You who have struggled to feel worthy of this level of love, hear me. Your value is not determined by performance, nor diminished by setbacks. I'm the one who called you worthy before you knew how to respond. My love did not begin when you became strong, and will not fade if you weaken. With every new day, I reaffirm you belong. You are desired. You are home in me. Let every doubt fall silent in the echo of these truths. Pause. Allow tears to rise if they must. This vulnerability is the birthplace of miracles. You are being readied for more, and I will not let you remain half awake in your calling. Listen, there is more I must reveal about what happens when surrender becomes your language. The breakthrough you have prayed for is closer than it appears. Stay with me. The shift has already begun. Come closer now, beloved child, for I am drawing you nearer than you have dared to come before. You have wondered why certain doors so fervently prayed for seemed to close, just as hope was rising in your chest. Yet in those moments I was shielding you from what would have wounded you deeply or pulled you away from the very life your spirit aches to embrace. Feel my nearness even now. Breathe and sense the subtle shift as the atmosphere bends around my presence, wrapping you in peace beyond all reason. I'm not distant, never perched high above, watching unmoved. I am the one who sits with you in the confusion, holding every unseen tear, tracing each silent longing with infinite attention. You remember the voice that said you would always be overlooked, that favor was a currency reserved for others and not for you. I heard that lie echo within, and I watched as you almost believed it. But you must know this: you do not have to fight for my attention or prove yourself worthy of my gaze. You are chosen, marked by a love that set you apart before your first breath colored this world. Place your hand over your heart now. Can you feel the strength pulsing beneath your palm? That is my life coursing through you, a steady power never waning. Even when you feel most feeble, you are not who you were. You are being reborn, reshaped by my relentless grace. Stop and let this settle. There is nothing ordinary about your process. The waiting, the longing, the tension you carry in your shoulders is holy ground. I'm the God who transforms valleys of ache into gardens bursting with hope. Right now you might sense your breath deepening, the weight on your chest loosening. This is how I heal the unseen parts of your soul. Gently, steadily, like sunlight unraveling the chill of midnight. Release the tightness. You are safe in my presence. Every frail place in you I am fortifying with new courage. Yes, it's true that shadows still linger in forgotten corners of your story. Old fears, memories you tried to keep shut away. But dear one, I step into those shadows unafraid. The darkness does not unsettle me. Your messes do not repel me. Let that sink in. There is no stain so deep, no regret so heavy that my love cannot reach and cleanse completely. You have asked, how much longer must I carry this? My answer, not a moment longer than needed to grow your roots deep into my faithfulness. Soon you will see that what once felt like exile was really preparation for the promise now quickening under the surface. I know you long for confirmation, for some cool breeze of reassurance in the heat of your doubt. Here it is. Within the next 3 days, you will overhear words meant just for you. Encouragement spoken unexpectedly. A phrase or blessing that lights a spark inside. You'll know it is me, because it will settle peace within you where anxiety once ruled. Breathe that in. Trust that I am orchestrating every detail, even those you cannot yet perceive. There have been nights when sleep would not come. Anxious thoughts pressed in, whispering futures full of dread. In those hours, I sat beside you, whispering truth more persistent than fear. Even now, I command rest to flood your body, stillness to cover your mind. You are not condemned to restlessness. Your mind and heart are being rewired by my word. Rest for my hand shelters you, and my presence sweeps over the restless waters of your soul, calming every storm that rises. Child, do not imagine you are alone in this wilderness. Multitudes before you have wandered barren places feeling forgotten. Yet I met them there and turned isolation into intimacy. The stirring you now feel, that rising hunger for more, is evidence that my spirit is awakening dormant dreams within you. I plant new expectancy in your heart tonight. What feels dormant is not dead. I am breathing on embers under the ash, and soon flames of purpose will lick the sky. Let hope root itself again where disappointment trampled so ruthlessly. You wonder if you have waited too long, missed your moment by one delay too many. But my timings are not subject to human limitation. I redeem what feels lost and I accelerate what seems stalled. The season ahead holds shifts you cannot orchestrate in human strength. Stay close to me. I'm bending time in your favor so that nothing purposed for you will slip away. My promise, I waste nothing, not pain nor delay. You will marvel at the beauty I craft from every surrendered heartache. Pause and let this truth land inside you. You are caught in the center of my affection. My eyes never avert from you. My hands never tire of carrying your weight. I see how you hold your breath, how you brace for disappointment, ready for the shoe to drop. So hear me, release that tension. Unclench your fists. I'm not waiting for you to fail. I'm lifting you into places only my love could unlock. The lightness you sense now, That is my hand removing burdens you were never meant to shoulder. You still feel resistance in parts of you. Old doubts, familiar arguments rising up to question my goodness. Do not hide them. Bring them into the open where my truth can disarm every lie. Say this out loud now. I'm loved fully as I am. Do not rush past this moment. Let the echo of these words wash through you and settle deep. Each time you remember this, fear loses its grip just a little more. There is a commission stirring. What I'm building in you is not only for private comfort, but for public transformation. Soon you will notice others beginning to ask you about the hope in your eyes, the steadiness in your walk, the calm in your speech. This is me shining through the places I have healed within you. You are not just being restored. You are becoming a restorer, marked, chosen, set apart to carry light into places still choked by shadow. I know you may be trembling at this invitation. The thought of stepping out, of speaking out, feels overwhelming. But what you fear will unravel. You will, in my hand, become confirmation of your calling. The oil of gladness is being pressed from struggle. The boldness forming in you is not born of bravado, but of meek surrender to my power within. This is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of your greatest transformation. Let the stillness now cover you. Inhale deeply. Sense the steadiness I impart. The best is not behind you. You are stepping into a goodness that will outshine every season of lack. My nearness will be your constant. You are not disqualified. There is something about to break loose inside you. And when it does, you'll see promises fulfilled where you least expected harvest. Allow this hope to rise. Refuse to shrink. You are seen. You are safe. You are chosen. My hand is upon you and I am not letting go. There is more I am longing to reveal. Lift your heart for a moment and see how morning light falls even on the weary. I am near, gathering every sigh and unspoken ache, shaping hope in the places where you have grown tired of hoping. There is movement you can't yet see, drawing the future toward you with a wisdom deeper than your questions. I want you to notice me brushing gently against your day, like new air through a window. Your life stretches farther than this present worry. The path I lay before you is not erased by waiting. Sometimes I ask you to stand still. And I know how hard that feels when what you want is to move or fix or prove your faith by striving. Instead, feel my presence rest on your shoulders. A quiet weight not meant to press you down, but steady you when your legs feel unsteady. Even while you're waiting, I am working, touching the hearts of those around you, preparing surprises that will only make sense when you look back. You often ask why the journey has required so much patience, why quick answers are withheld when the pressure seems overwhelming. Here in the pause, I shape your strength, not around certainty, but connection, rooted in me rather than in clear outcomes. Today, open your hands for a moment. As you breathe, let my peace move gently through you, the way sunlight drifts into a room when no one is watching. Trust isn't measured by how loudly you declare it, but by allowing me to walk with you through your doubts and fears. I'm committed to your becoming, not simply your doing. Even when results seem hidden, your heart is growing. Let your concerns surface with honesty. You don't have to hide them from me. They have never frightened or annoyed me. If you tremble over the future of your family, if you wake at night unsure of your next step, bring those raw worries into the open place between us. I'm not impatient with your anxiety or your sorrow. Instead, I trace my promise through your days, lining each moment with assurance that your story is not finished and you are not alone in reading it. Where you see only delays, I'm drawing lines of purpose that will one day stand out in bold relief. Do not let shame or disappointment make you shrink away from my presence. Even your regrets are met with my gentleness, my hands cupping every loss and transforming them. Not by erasing the past, but by redeeming it. There is nothing you confess that surprises me, nothing hidden that could make me turn away. When your thoughts circle restlessly, return to me just as you are, and let my love cover what feels broken or incomplete. Release the old story you've told yourself that your worth depends on outcomes. My love speaks a new word over you every morning. If you falter, hear me, you who belong to me. Your value was established before you accomplished a thing. The journey isn't a test you are doomed to fail, but a relationship where every step forward or backward brings you deeper into my embrace. I delight in you, not in your performance. When fear tries to convince you that your future hangs by a thread, remember that I hold all things. My grip is firm where yours wavers, and my vision for your life is broader than your current horizon. Breathe out what is not yours to carry, for I have already made space for your weaknesses within my plan. There are lessons that cannot be hurried. The rhythm of trust, the gentle art of surrender, the daily act of remembering who you are to me. Sometimes the prize is not what waits at the end, but the way your heart softens and opens on the way there. Let me remind you that every slow morning, every difficult conversation, every quiet apology you whisper has value in my eyes. You think, these are small things, but they are like seeds planted in rich soil. In time, what seemed hidden will yield something beautiful, and you will find your character shaped by my kindness. If old patterns rise up, wanting to pull you back into frustration or self-doubt, do not battle them alone. Invite me into the conflict. Let my wisdom be a hand on your heart, steadying you when anger or fatigue threatens to overwhelm. Notice how even when you stray into shadows, I draw near, not with criticism, but with understanding. There is nowhere you can wander that my presence cannot find you. In the fog of confusion, pause and reach for me. My voice is never drowned out by your struggles. You are never out of my sight. Sometimes when you feel the urge to withdraw, to hide your true emotions from those who love you, dare to step closer instead. Vulnerability is not weakness in my eyes. I made you for connection, not only with me, but with others who can carry your burdens, celebrate your joys, and remind you of truth when you forget. I place people in your life as gifts, sometimes wrapped in unexpected packages. Dare to ask for help, receive encouragement, share your hopes and fears. When your heart is seen and known, my comfort deepens, and your anxiety loses its grip. When you find yourself restless or distracted, come back to this moment. Let my peace anchor your soul again, like gentle water flowing through a restless mind. Sometimes you seek grand gestures or unmistakable signs, but I am most often found in the quiet, faithful rhythm of ordinary days. I am with you at the breakfast table in your commutes as you tend to the smallest details. Each ordinary act touched by gratitude is holy. Let the habit of pausing, taking in a slow breath, and sensing my presence in the stillness become your hidden strength. In these small returns, you make space for miracles. Even now, as you listen and let these words reach you, I am already moving in ways you have not yet seen. There are gentle changes stirring beneath the surface, subtle signals in your circumstances that you might not have noticed at first glance. My work often begins quietly, just as the first light of morning softens the shadows, long before the sun crests the horizon. There are moments when in the silence you feel an anticipation that you cannot explain. That is my spirit whispering of hope, inviting you deeper into trust, even when visible evidence seems absent. Don't turn away from these nudges. Instead, linger a moment longer in the stillness, attentive to my voice guiding you forward. You wonder if you are growing at all or if you have somehow missed my direction because the progress feels so slow. I see each small step, every tentative act of faith, the prayers you whispered alone, the courage it took to start again, the patience to wait when you longed to get ahead. None of this is hidden from me. There is beauty in these humble beginnings and in the quiet unfolding of your story. When you think your efforts are too small to matter, remember, I delight in every seed of devotion you plant, no matter how tiny. The fruit grows at my pace, often quietly, swelling with promise before revealing itself. There is nothing wasted in your journey. Even the detours that confuse you are shaping your heart, refining your character, and preparing you for the places I will take you. The days when you feel unseen or misunderstood are not missed by me. I see the depths of your waiting. I honor every moment you resist the urge to give up, choosing instead to trust that I am faithful. Each silent prayer, each act of kindness you perform without recognition is another stone laid along a foundation that will hold you steady through every season. Your anxious thoughts try to convince you that you must control every outcome. But I want to show you another way, a path marked by surrender. Think of how you breathe in the quiet, filling your lungs and releasing the tension as you exhale. There is a gentle lesson in the rhythm of letting go. Each time you unclench your grip on anxiety, you make space for my peace to settle in. Sometimes all I ask is that you rest in my nearness, letting my presence unfold you so completely that fear begins to lose its shape. Do not measure the value of your life by what you have accomplished in comparison to others. I have set your path apart, shaped by my own hand, and no one else can walk it as you do. There may be days when others seem to move ahead while you feel left behind. But I have not forgotten you. Every quiet day, every season where it seems nothing is happening, is full of invisible grace at work. Let your heart find comfort in knowing I care for you personally, cherishing each detail of your journey with gentle attention. When you grow tired from carrying burdens that seem too heavy, remember my promise of rest. If you let me, I will shoulder the weight alongside you. Pause even for a moment and envision my hand resting upon your shoulder. Solid, steady, never hurried. My strength does not run out. My comfort wraps around you like the sun's warmth on your skin. Whenever exhaustion wells up within you, speak to me honestly about it. I am never distant or offended by your fatigue. I welcome your confessions of weakness, knowing that in your surrender, my power flows more freely. At times, the world's noise makes you question whether you truly belong, whether you have a place in my great design. Hear me clearly. You are not lost in the crowd. You are seen, chosen, known by name. Every strand of your desire to matter, every longing for connection is familiar to me. You are my beloved, not for anything you achieve, but simply because you are mine. I sit with you in loneliness. I stand beside you in your celebrations, and I draw near when doubt clouds your sense of worth. Let my presence be your refuge when questions multiply and when the answers seem out of reach. I do not tire of your uncertainty. I invite your wrestling because it means your heart is open and searching for me. When you dare to bring your confusion into my light, those worries about your future, your family, not with condemnation, but with clarity that gently dissolves confusion over time. If you trust that I am good, you will find that even the hardest questions have a place in my embrace. In your home, among those you love, my blessing lingers each morning when you greet the day. Know that I am already at work tending to the hearts of those around you. The words you speak in patience, the moments you choose grace over anger, the unexpected laughter that surprises you in quiet moments, these are all evidences of my love running through your household. Let gratitude rise with each breath you take. Let it lead you into new rhythms of kindness and understanding. Sometimes you wonder if there is more. If I have purposes beyond what you see in your daily routines, trust that my callings are often revealed in the ordinary moments, in the ways you care and respond to the needs placed before you. Do not wait for a dramatic sign. Instead, listen closely for the gentle nudge in your spirit, the conviction that stirs when you see someone hurting or when you sense an urge to encourage. These invitations are meaningful. They matter deeply to me. Your capacity to endure does not rest on your willpower alone. It is my steady compassion that renews your resilience when hope feels thin. Allow yourself to be human, sometimes weary, sometimes unsure, while receiving the constant supply of my love. When setbacks trouble you, when progress stalls and you feel like turning back, I remain with you. My presence shapes each new day into another chance to begin again, reminding you that setbacks are not the end, but part of the miracle of being transformed through my faithfulness. You have come further than you realize. The resistance you feel in this moment is not punishment. It is evidence of transformation already underway. My beloved, I see the determination behind your quiet struggles. That part of you that refuses to surrender, not because of pride, but because you were once left alone to fend for yourself. Today, I'm asking you to release that last stronghold, that secret vow to stay in control. Because the life I long to give can only thrive when the walls are opened. You may feel your pulse quicken at the thought of letting go. That heat, that trembling. It is not fear to run from, but invitation to draw closer. There is a shift occurring deep inside, and you sense the reverberations every time you risk honesty with me. Place a hand over your heart gently, as if you are comforting a wounded child, because truly you are holding the parts of yourself that learn to survive instead of trust. I am the one who mends what the world dismissed as irreparable. I do not despise your cautiousness. I honor it by drawing nearer still, never shaming your process, only lighting the path step by step. Even now I am infusing courage where anxiety once ruled, hope where shame tried to root itself. Let your next breath be a sign to your soul. You are not the sum of your defenses, not marked by what broke you, but by the love that keeps drawing you forward. Do you feel it? That almost imperceptible warmth spreading from your chest, the subtle release of tension in your jaw, the surprise of a soft sigh you didn't expect. That is my presence taking root in the places you thought were forever barren. For so long you prepared for disappointment, rehearsing pain as armor. Now I am exchanging your patterns of self-P protection for new reflexes of trust. It might feel like vertigo, this dizziness of hope because your heart is waking up. This is the rebirth I promised. Right now you wonder what comes next. If the peace you feel can possibly last, or if it too will slip through your fingers like so many promises before. I know you have been disappointed even by people who spoke my name. I know trust burned you, left you wary of sudden joy. And yet here you are leaning in again, risking yourself on the possibility that my voice is different, that I am not just another echo of what hurt you. You are right to be cautious, but you are more right to let hope rise. You sense it, don't you? This is a new story being told. Your history does not disqualify you. The regrets that surface when your mind quiets the words you can't unsay. The choices you wish you could rewrite. They are not stains I recoil from. I move toward your wounds, not away. My hands, yes, those hands you imagine calming storms, are extended still not to scold, but to gather up every fractured piece and make them thrum with life. Let the memory of old pain be the birthplace of compassion for others. What you thought was your disqualification, I am transforming into your commission. Through you, others will know restoration. Through you, ancient hopes will breathe again. There is something stirring that you cannot yet name. It is the flutter in your spirit as you consider the possibility of being used to heal what once wounded you. This, my child, is the stage of emergence. The wilderness that felt endless has become the place where your roots found water. You who once felt unworthy even to whisper my name are being raised up as a testimony to my faithfulness. You will not return to the loneliness that defined your yesterday. You will stand as one who bears the evidence of my touch. When your voice trembles with vulnerability, it will become a trumpet, announcing freedom to those still bound. Can you sense it building? A shift not just for you, but for every life your story will intersect. I know what you face when no one else is looking. The sleepless wrestling with old accusation. The inner critic that awakens when you try to rest. Today, I am challenging those accusations with a stronger word. You are not the sum of your failures, nor are you defined by the moments you lost your way. My approval is not snatched away by your weakness. It is rooted in who I am, not in your ability to perform. Breathe, exhale every hidden disqualification. Say it now, I am chosen. Say it again, until the old scripts crumble in the light of my truth. You have felt alone in rooms full of people, misunderstood even among those who claim to love you. This feeling of otherness is not a curse. It is the marking of my calling on your life. I've always set you apart not to suffer, but to illuminate what others miss. The ache for belonging is holy. It ensures you search for belonging in me before all else. Soon you will discover that your sense of being different is the very thing that will open doors for others who wander on the margins. The next person who confides their battle with shame, the stranger who senses your kindness, they are glimpsing my reflection through your surrendered heart. Today, later than you expect, someone will cross your path and bring a word or a gesture that echoes this very message. You will recognize me in their eyes, in the way your spirit leaps as if remembering an old promise. You'll know it's me because peace, sudden and inexplicable, will wrap around you in that instant. This too is a sign that the walls are coming down, that you are no longer hiding, no longer orphaned in spirit. I call you beloved, but even now I'm calling you brave. Every day you choose connection over retreat, softness instead of cynicism. You are aligning yourself with the movement of heaven. The battles that once left you weary and isolated are becoming your grounds for deep compassion. You are not being rebuilt merely to survive. I'm forming you so your life becomes a shelter for the wounded, a wellspring for the thirsty, a beacon for those who wonder if hope is real. When you whisper yes to me, it echoes into places you have not seen. You do not travel through this world by chance or in circles. Every morning you have risen. Every evening you have laid your head down. I have watched over you. The chapters you feel are repeating or dragging on are not tracings of your failure. Do not misjudge your story by what is unfinished. Each moment in which you have cried out for comfort has sent a message straight to my heart. Listen, your prayers have not disappeared into silence, nor have your sighs gone unnoticed. I gather each longing, holding both your tears and your hope, never letting them slip to the ground. I will build from your waiting a future that is worth the pause. There are gentle shifts happening in you, even when you struggle to perceive them. The transformations you crave are sometimes quieter than thunder, softer than a whisper. My spirit moves steadily, reshaping your heart, renewing your mind, strengthening those corners of your soul that felt too weary to try again. Every tender act of faith, when you offer a word of forgiveness or choose to seek me amid uncertainty, is a seed in rich soil set for its own time to rise and bloom. The timings you resist are the very ones that preserve you. The doors that closed were not fitted for your footsteps, but I prepare another way, and I walk with you upon it. If disappointment has painted itself across your days, if you count unanswered prayers like losses in a ledger, come back to me. Place your hand over your heart. Remember, there is a pulse there because I say so. You need not achieve to become beloved, nor master your chaos before I draw close. My presence is the air you breathe right now, filling your room, your thoughts, your unknowns. Picture me sitting quietly beside you, attentive, never measuring your worth by your productivity or progress. Simply being mine is always enough for me. When anxiety presses on your chest, remember whose arms surround you. Every fear you have carried, a future you cannot manage, relationships you cannot fix, the well-being of those you love is safe in my keeping. I understand the weight of carrying those you love, the ache to shield your family from every trouble. Release each name, each worry into my hands. Trust that my care multiplies sleep when doubts try to crowd in. I remain a stronghold at the edge of your thoughts, speaking peace over you again and again. Your identity is not shaped by your mistakes or others' expectations, but by my declaration over you. Even if you have walked through confusion or shame, your destiny remains intact. I have called you not for what you can perform, but for who you are to me. When you feel unseen or small in the eyes of the world, let these quiet hours be the place where you sense my gaze, tender, unwavering. The names others have spoken over you, whether blessing or curse, hold no authority here. My voice alone defines you, and I speak chosen, sought after and precious. Let me show you how small steps matter. Open your curtains to morn. Let the light visit your face. And remember, it is my mercy greeting you. A simple meal enjoyed without hurry, a walk beneath trees, the laughter of children, or gentle silence. These are not interruptions, but invitations from me. Gratitude is not for the days that meet your expectations, but for the grace you find in each moment, even when it feels fragile or incomplete. Every breath is sanctioned by my kindness, every heartbeat carrying a soft promise of fresh mercy. When you wonder how to keep loving when you are tired, let me remind you of the love that never exhausts. I pour into your emptiness, not demanding in return, but filling until overflow. You lean into the needs of others, but you need not do so drained. Let my nearness supply you, my patience for your impatience, my joy where you feel dull, my rest where you are restless. My care for you is not diminished by your questions or hesitation. I'm not wearied by your neediness. I'm attentive always, and I delight to answer. There will be moments where surrender feels heavier than striving, where letting go seems contrary to survival. But true surrender does not mean resignation. It means releasing control into the hands that hold all things wisely. When you unclench your grip on outcomes, when you yield your timing and plans, you discover a freedom grounded in trust. There, even in your waiting, I am actively shaping the answer. Hope does not mean you pretend pain is absent, but that you trust I am working through what you cannot yet see. In the coming days, stay attentive to my subtle guidance, that inward nudge, the sudden peace in decision, the encouragement from a friend at just the right hour. These are signposts of my faithfulness. You do not need to interpret every uncertainty as a setback, but rather as a place for me to show you new ways forward. Take notice of the kindnesses that come quietly, the moments of unexpected strength or courage. These are not coincidences, but traces of my hand upon your journey, reminders that you move with a purpose greater than your own understanding. I'm near, attentive to the rhythm of your life, speaking hope and assurance over you, even when you cannot sense me clearly. Let your expectation rest not in the resolution of every detail, but in my steadfast commitment to you. The future you have feared is being held securely step by step by the one who loves you far more than your questions or anxieties could ever measure. My promise remains to be present, steadfast and unfailing as you walk forward day by day. You have walked this far with me, bearing the hidden scars of battles few have seen, carrying both the hope and hesitation that linger after long seasons of waiting. I've seen every silent tear, every question whispered in the darkness. Even when you wondered if the light would ever reach your hidden places, I was building something unbreakable within you. The winds that threatened to scatter you were in truth shaping you. The storms you thought might sweep you away were hallowed ground, where you learned that I am your anchor and nothing can tear you from my embrace. As you read these words, let the gravity of my promise settle into your bones. Your story is not finished and you have not missed your moment. Breathing now, sense the stillness wrapping around your heart. That peace is tangible because I am here, drawing near in deeper intimacy than you have ever known. Yes, beloved child, I say again, you are mine. You belong to me, not as property, but as precious treasure, dearly cherished, set apart. The labels tied around your worth by others, the names spoken over your weakness, are being rewritten by my hand. I call you beloved, chosen, radiant, redeemed. Nothing broken disqualifies you. In fact, it is from the cracks that my glory shines brightest. I want you to feel the weight of my presence as reality, not theory. Right now, breathe me in. Let my voice override the accusations still haunting your mind. Every